Al Roker and Deborah Roberts weren't just admired for their love story. They were respected as a couple who represented grace, resilience, and devotion in the spotlight. Al, America's beloved weatherman, with his warm smile and contagious laughter, has been a familiar presence in living rooms for decades. Deborah, a celebrated journalist with ABC News, carried herself with the poise, professionalism, and intelligence that made her one of the most trusted voices in journalism. Together, they seem to have found that rare balance, raising their children with care, navigating demanding careers, and still finding time to support one another publicly and privately. But behind the curtain of their seemingly perfect marriage, whispers of tension began to surface. And when Al reportedly came forward with a confession that would test the very foundation of their union, Deborah's response was nothing short of astonishing. This is not just a story about a celebrity couple. It is a story about love, trust, betrayal, and dignity, themes that resonate far beyond the glitz of television screens. Al Roker has always been considered the heart of the Today Show. His energy, optimism, and signature catchphrases became part of American culture. He was not just a broadcaster, he was family to millions. Deborah carved out her own legacy, distinct and powerful. With her Emmy-winning journalism, her reporting from some of the world's most critical events, and her unflinching integrity, Deborah became a role model for aspiring journalists everywhere. When Al and Deborah married in 1995, it was more than just a wedding. It was the union of two respected figures in American media. Over the years, they navigated health struggles, demanding schedules, and the challenge of raising children in the public eye. They were admired not only for their careers, but for their unwavering support of each other. Al often joked about being Mr. Roberts, proud of his wife's accomplishments, while Deborah openly described Al as her anchor through difficult times. For nearly 3 decades, their marriage was celebrated as one of the strongest in the public eye. But every golden couple has their shadows. Insiders began to notice a shift. While Al's career continued to shine, with his larger-than-life personality endearing him to millions, Deborah carried the quieter but equally demanding role of balancing work and home life. The whispers weren't about arguments or dramatic fights. They were about subtle distance, missed dinners, separate travel schedules, moments when one appeared without the other at high-profile events. To most couples, these would seem like ordinary struggles. But for Al and Deborah, who had built a reputation on partnership, the cracks became noticeable. Behind the smiles and coordinated appearances, there was something unspoken, and it was about to come to light in a way no one expected. According to those close to the couple, Al made a private admission to Deborah. He confessed that he had crossed a line. The details remain hazy. Some claim it was an emotional connection with someone outside their marriage. Others whisper that it may have been more. But what mattered most wasn't the specifics. It was the breaking of trust. For a woman like Deborah Roberts, a woman who had built her career and her life on truth, authenticity, and accountability, the confession was devastating. Imagine being in Deborah's shoes, a woman respected not just for her intelligence, but for her integrity. To suddenly learn that the man she trusted most had betrayed that foundation. This wasn't about the public. It wasn't about tabloid headlines or red carpet appearances. This was about a private wound that cut to the very core of their marriage. When faced with Al's confession, Deborah did not explode with rage. Instead, she responded with the composure and strength she's known for. Her decision wasn't about theatrics or public perception. It was about dignity. For Deborah, the question wasn't, how will this look on the outside? The question was, can I continue in a marriage where trust is broken? Her quiet but firm response sent shockwaves through their inner circle. Friends who had always described Deborah as Al's rock were stunned. Many believed that if any couple could withstand such a storm, It surely was Al and Deborah. But Deborah's stance was clear. She would not sacrifice her self-respect, not even for love. For years, Al Roker has spoken about how Deborah saved his life, figuratively and literally. During his health struggles, from gastric bypass surgery to prostate cancer, Deborah was by his side, offering unwavering support. He often described her as his greatest blessing, the woman who brought balance and meaning to his life. Now, to face the possibility of losing her because of his own actions was a consequence Al never imagined. Those close to him revealed he was devastated. He began reflecting deeply, questioning why he had risked the one relationship that defined him. The image of Al Roker, the smiling, beloved TV figure, now collided with the harsh reality of a marriage in jeopardy. When rumors of Al's confession and Deborah's response began to circulate, the public reaction was one of disbelief. Social media lit up. Fans who had followed their story for decades could not reconcile the image of America's favorite weatherman with the man behind the headlines. Many expressed unwavering support for Deborah, applauding her strength and her unwillingness to compromise her dignity. But others held on to hope, wondering if reconciliation was still possible. After all, if any couple could survive such a storm, surely it was Al and Deborah. Beyond the celebrity drama, Deborah's stance sparked a larger conversation about trust and self-worth in relationships. Her decision resonated with people worldwide, particularly women of her generation, reminding them that no amount of success, wealth, or fame can replace the need for honesty and loyalty. Deborah's example wasn't just about walking away from betrayal. It was about standing firm in her values and showing that personal dignity must never be sacrificed. The message was clear. Betrayal cannot be brushed aside, no matter who commits it. The question remains, is this truly the end for Al Roker and Deborah Roberts? Sources close to the couple suggest Al is desperate to make amends. He has reportedly been doing everything in his power to win back Deborah's trust. Counseling, heartfelt apologies, and deep personal reflection. But Deborah's stance has remained firm. Though she has not spoken publicly, her actions speak volumes. And in that silence lies the most powerful message of all. The shocking twist in Al Roker and Deborah Roberts' story is a reminder that no couple, no matter how respected, admired, or beloved, is immune to the challenges of love, trust, and betrayal. Al's confession and Deborah's dignified response have left fans stunned, sparking debates about second chances, forgiveness, and self-respect. But perhaps the most powerful lesson here isn't about celebrity scandal. It's about the choices we all face in relationships. The choice between staying and sacrificing dignity, or walking away with strength. So now we ask you, was Deborah right to stand firm, or does Al deserve another chance at redemption? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this deep dive into one of America's most beloved couples moving and thought-provoking, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because behind every headline, there's a human story. And behind every human story, there's a lesson for us all.